Hello friends, it is Danny. Welcome back to another video. Today I am doing a What's in Danny's Mailbox because, as you can hear, I got a package. This is from HarperCollins. I love getting mail from them. Got a snazzy new little logo for their mailing address thing too, and I think that's really cute. I'm not quite sure what's in here. It's a bigger package than I expected. I did put in like a full list of arcs that I heard about from Frenzy Presents when I went there last weekend, the weekend before, and only a couple of them still had arcs available or any arcs available at all. So there seems to be more than a couple arcs in here. I'm intrigued. I don't know what's in here and I want to know, so I'm gonna open them. Oh my god, there are 5 books here. I'm so excited. Book mail is like Christmas. Let's start with the 2 that I do remember asking for. I think I did ask for all 3 of these other ones, and maybe she just happened to find the arcs of them somewhere else. I don't know. I'm not questioning it. I have them now. I'm excited. Let's start with this one. So, the first book I have is Tiffany Sly Lives Here Now by Dana L. Davis. This book is about a 16-year-old girl named Tiffany Sly. She's lost her mom to cancer and now she has to go live with her biological dad for the first time. And he's somebody that she's never really known, never really had him in her life. And so now she's living with her biological dad when another man comes forward saying that he is her biological dad. And she only has 7 days until he shows up asking for a paternity test to kind of fit in with her biological dad that she's living with now. I just think it sounded really interesting. It sounded more contemporary than a lot of the other books that were mentioned at Frenzy, and so you know me, I love me a good contemporary, and there's a romance between a girl, Tiffany, and the boy across the street named Marcus? Yes, Marcus. I just really wanted to read it, and so now I have it. It's on sale May 1st, so it is coming out very soon. Okay, this was the other one that I was really excited about. The thing is, I had this book already. Originally, I had it in my swag bag from Frenzy Presents, but while in Frenzy Presents, chit-chatting with everybody after we got like briefed about the new arcs coming out, I ended up trading this book with somebody who really wanted this book who didn't get it. So they traded me this book for Fat Girl on a Plane. I cannot remember who it's by, but that's also coming out soon. So this book that I'm talking about is called The Diminished. And look at this cover, it's so pretty. And it is by Caitlin Sage Patterson. This book is set in a world where most of the children born are twins. And if you are a single born, then you're very rare because a rare few are single born in each generation. And they are given the right to rule by the gods and the goddesses of this world. And so the main character, Beau, is one of those few who is a single born into the royal line and destined to rule. He has never really felt equal to the big destined future that he has ahead of him. So then you have the Diminished. And in the Diminished, basically what happens is if there are 2 twins and one twin dies, the other twin becomes a Diminished. And they usually end up dying as well because they can't survive without their other half, because it's basically like these twins are equal to one soul. So when one dies, the other one dies because they're losing half of their soul. And so one of the Diminished is our other main character, Vi Abernathy, who has basically spent her entire life trying to escape the, what are they? The anchorites of the temple after her family cast her off. Both of them are facing their 16th birthday and they're both facing very different futures. One has a life of luxury and the other has a life that is not so luxurious at all. Oh my god. What if that happens? This book came out on the 10th of April? That's what it says here. So I think this is already out, but this is an ARC version of it, and I'm very excited. It is very rare that your girl reads a fantasy, but when something like this piques my interest, I gotta read it. So those are the 2 I definitely remember being told that I was going to be getting. But here are 3 others, okay? These 3 others that I wasn't expecting to get, but I am so excited for all of them. First one is called Heretics Anonymous by Katie Henry. This was broadcasted at Frenzy as The Breakfast Club meets some old movie. I can't remember. It started with an S. But basically this is about a boy named Michael who is an atheist who is now being forced to attend a Catholic school because they've just moved to a new town and that's the school his family has chosen for him to go to. And he's looking for a friend. And he thinks he finds one in a girl who challenges one of his teachers, but then he finds out that not only is she very unlike him because she's very religious, she wants to become a priest. So he does end up making friends with this girl named Lucy, and she ends up introducing him to all of the other outcasts at St. Clair's, which is the school that he's going to. And there's this group called the Heretics Anonymous. So he can be atheist, she can be an outspoken feminist, there's a guy named Avi who is Jewish and gay, Max can wear whatever he wants, and Eden can practice paganism. I'm gonna read the rest of it. After an incident in theology class, Michael encourages the heretics to go from a secret society to rebels, intent on exposing the school's hypocrisies, one stunt at a time. But when Michael takes one mission too far, putting the other heretics at risk, he must decide whether to fight for his own freedom or rely on faith, whatever that means, in God, his friends, and himself. Honestly, they had me at The Breakfast Club. That is one of my favorite movies. I almost snagged a copy of this at Frenzy Presents, but then somebody else got it from the person who was giving it away first. So I was very happy when this was the first thing I saw when I opened this package, because I was not expecting to get it at all. This does not come out until August. August 7th is what Goodreads is saying. Next, I have another book that I am so excited about, and it's not contemporary, so hold on to your hats, fam, because Danny's gonna read a book that isn't contemporary. What? The next book that I have is Sea Witch by Sarah Henning, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited to have this book because it was mentioned at Frenzy Presents as, and also on the back cover, as Wicked meets The Little Mermaid. It was said that it was something like the backstory of Ursula, which I think is kind of interesting because she's like one of the best Disney villains. It's about a girl named Evie, and ever since her best friend Anna has drowned, she became an outcast in her small fishing town. She's been hiding her talents, mourning her loss, and drowning in her own grief. But then a girl appears in town who is strikingly similar in appearance to her best friend who died, Anna. And though the girl denies it, Evie believes that this girl is her best friend and somehow she miraculously survives. Except that her new friend has a secret of her own, and that's the fact that she can't stay in her small fishing town by herself on two legs without Evie's help. Evie wants to do anything she can to save the girl who could potentially be her best friend who died. She uses the power of her magic, her ocean, and her love until she discovers too late the truth of her bargain. Oh my god. You had me at Little Mermaid meets Wicked. I just think it'll be really interesting to read a book about mermaids because I haven't read a book about mermaids since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. This book is out on July 31st. Also consulting Goodreads. And so the last book that I have is kind of contemporary, but also, no, it's like magical realism. I think that's the genre that this falls into. The last book that I have is called Summer of Salt by Katrina Lino, and this book was mentioned at Frenzy Presents as Practical Magic meets Laura Ruby's Bone Gap, but it also mentions Nova Ren Suma's Imaginary Girls. I've never read Bone Gap or that, but I've seen Practical Magic. And this book is about Georgina Fernway. Magic is passed down in her family for hundreds of years, and she's approaching her 18th birthday, and she still has yet to come into her powers if she's going to get any, and she's worried that she won't. This follows her over her last summer on the island, and it has falling in love and mystery behind a rare 300-year-old bird. To learn about the truth behind her family's magic and about herself. And I'm dying. These are the 5 books that I was sent by Ashley from HCC Frenzy or HarperCollins Canada. Thank you so much. I have some reading to do. I am so excited for all of these. I'm also very excited for some of the other releases that are coming out in the next few months from Harper. Can't wait to do reading wrap-ups for these as well as singular reviews because that's what I do with my arcs. I don't know what I want to read first. I feel like I should read from like release date points, but at the same time I'm kind of guilty for like reading what I want to read and not caring about the release dates. Let's be real here. Comment down below if you are interested, intrigued, or going to be getting these books sometime in the future when they are out. I am very excited. I can't wait to have discussions about these and tell you guys what I think about them. For this video, you guys, I will see you in my next one.